everybody first must pay tax. Yeah, let's begin there. This is not the animal farm where some animals are more equal than others. This is Kenya. We are all equal. Everybody pays their portion of the tax. And number two, we are going to make sure that more people come into the space where they work with government to pay tax. What am I doing about it? As you just said, we are going to digitize all government services in the next 6 months. Yeah, e-citizen, which we had started in, we had started, ran into headwinds, and nobody wanted to sort it out. I came in, I called the e-citizen guys. We have sorted out the e-citizen shenanigans, and in the next 6 months, every government service will be available online, digitally. And with it, every government service where tax is payable is going to be collectible online. I am not going to wait for anybody to say, okay, I will file a return at the end of the month. There will be nothing like that. We will be paying tax as we spend our money, or as we do our business. And the people of Kenya can be assured that our country will not default on our obligations. That is number one. And the reason why we will not default is because we have already applied brakes on any more borrowing. Our borrowing is going to be limited to only what we must borrow, right? Number two is because we are beginning the journey to grow our own savings and to grow our own revenues. Yeah, by making sure that we have a plan on how to expand our tax base, by making sure that we digitize all government services and bring everybody into the net who is supposed to pay. Even on the Hustler Fund alone, we've already saved in 1 month 600 million Kenyan shillings. Once we scale up, you will see the kind of saving that we're going to do. Once we are finished with NSSF and all the other savings, and we are getting more Kenyans to do business, we will be in a position to expand our tax base. Apart from the personal loans we are giving on Hustler Fund, we will now scale it up to the loans, to the SACCOs, to the chamas, to the other categories, and make sure that more people are engaged in enterprise, and to ensure that we expand our tax base, we grow our revenues, and we finance our development not by debt, not by borrowing, but by making sure that we use our own resources. We are going to use the benefit of technology to run this fund. And that is why this fund is successful. If we had gone the route of forming a committee in every village, and a committee in every constituency, and another committee in every... First, we would not even have formed the committees. Forget about disburse the money, right? I mean, technology works, my friend. I mean, so what we have done is we have engineered. We already have the KNEST, which is approved by the RBA to manage the component of savings, which is already in place. We have a board, that originally was part of KNEST, which is now the board we are adopting to run the Hustler Fund. And the Secretariat is actually a consortium that we established between the government and our national mobile operators. And we have a complete Secretariat, including even a call center that makes sure that citizens can deal with it. Hustler Fund is anchored in law. As I answered earlier, all the resources that are being used in Hustler Fund are public resources. We went through the public participation processes, we went through Parliament, We have established it. We went all the way to getting the license from the RBA to ensure that we are in compliance with the law and to make sure that every requirement of law has been satisfied before we apply public resources. And I want to give you my assurance that the success of the Hustler Fund is the benefit we gain from digitization and technology. There will be no extrajudicial killings in the government of Kenya under my administration. Yeah, that is a chapter we must close and weld and bolt and put it behind us. The police, I have sat down with the command of the police from the IG downwards, and we have agreed that they will operate within the law. Operating within the law includes defending themselves. Yeah? They are licensed to use firearms to deal with criminals, but to also defend themselves. Because if they don't defend themselves, they won't even be there to sort out the criminals. So let us not, I don't think the Deputy President or indeed the IG said that they want to continue with extrajudicial killing. That is not our policy, and we are all aligned as government. I have, as an administration, I have said we are going to respect and we are going to work with all institutions that makes sure that government works in the manner in which that's supposed to work, respecting the rule of law constitutionally. So the Independent Police Oversight Authority has our support. We are going to fund them. We are going to support them. And in fact, already, I have told them that they must begin to give us a program on the investigation of how we ended up with close to 200 Kenyans being killed and dumped in rivers. They must come. They must come to the country and tell us, right? And so whenever you find this institution maybe saying something contrary with another institution, that's the beauty of democracy. That's the system of checks and balances. That's why the opposition, sometimes they don't agree with me or they don't agree with government, but that does not mean that we have war, you know? It is this is how the system is meant to work. Every institution is supposed to check the other institution and to make sure that everybody has a constitutional mandate. Everybody must operate within their constitution. If the constitutional mandate of IPOA is to make sure that there are no excesses in the police, that is their duty and they must carry out that duty. The police not can, they must defend themselves. That's the law, you know. They must defend themselves. They cannot put themselves at risk, you know, and be able to continue being a police force that helps us sort out our security. But, yes, I have been a subject of harassment by the police. But you heard me. I spoke clearly, with clarity, and I told the IG and all the commanders who came here from every county that they have no business carrying out political orders. Let them go and read the Constitution and read the law, you know? And I have told them there is no government person or opposition person. We are all taxpayers. They must protect all Kenyans the way they protect the president, yeah? Whether they voted for the opposition or they voted for the government party, that's not the place of the police to go and choose and pick. All Kenyans, irrespective of how they voted, are taxpayers. They are entitled by right to protection under the law by our security agencies. And they have it very clear. I have told them, I have called the provincial administration, the national government administration officers. from the regional commissioner to the county commissioner, and I have told them it is not in their place to play politics. Yeah? They must respect every elected leader, whether they are elected, and work with every elected leader, whether they are elected on the government side or on the opposition side. An elected leader is an elected leader. And I have told them to support government activity, government programs, that is their business, to make sure their IDs are issued, all the other government services are delivered in all areas, irrespective of who voted in which place. I have also told them they must support government, county government functions and programs. Because a government is a government, whether it is run by a person in the opposition party or a person in the governing party, it is a government at that level. And the provincial administration at that level must support government activity, where national and county, because that is how we are going to grow Kenya. Government functions, government programs that support the people of Kenya must be supported by all government people. There was a huge push by the former administration, our friends, to use the criminal justice system to run their politics, and to fabricate, cases against people merely because they didn't agree with your political side. It is in the public domain, my brother. Many governors, they were called, yeah, we are going to do this, we are going to start a file for you, you must be in Azimio. You must be in Azimio. The reason why Azimio is definitely going to collapse is because it was built on quicksand. It was built on threats, blackmail, intimidation. If the criminal justice system was used, today, the people who are supposed to give evidence against these people are saying, we can't give evidence because we were forced to say this and this and this as against this person because it was, we were forced to say so. Otherwise, our jobs were going to be on the line. So, how do you support such a case? What are we supposed to say, prosecute this person anyway, And it is not for me, by the way. It's not for me to decide. There is no single case I have been asked. And for your information, I have told cabinet here, I have told my cabinet ministers, I have told the DPP, I have told the EACC director, I have told the DCI. Normally, before somebody is arrested who is working in government, the president is informed, so that he can say something. I have told them, don't call me. Read the constitution, read the law. If somebody needs to be prosecuted, whether he is minister, whether he is PS, whether he is whoever, apelekwe kotini. I don't want to be asked anything. And I have told the criminal justice system. I have told my sister, the Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court, I will never call her to ask her for any favor on any case. The only conversation maybe I will ask her is, if a case is taking too long, is to ask her, please expedite. We are not telling you rule this way or rule this way. Expedite the case, rule in whatever way, so that we know whether we are going left or we are going right. And let me say it looking at Kenyans. The office of the president will not be used to use the criminal justice system against my opponents or for any political purpose.
So the guarantee here.
And that I can sign off as William Ruto. It will not happen. I have enough people to help me do politics. I have first myself. I am a politician. I know what to do with politics, right? I don't need the police. I don't need the criminal justice system. I can go and speak to Kenyans the way I spoke to Kenyans, persuade them, sell them my view. They have my track record. They know what they want. They know. And for your information, just allow me to say this. The reason why you find that the people of Kenya are really energized asking, about things about my administration is because the people of Kenya know me, and they know what I am capable of doing. And they judge me by very high standards. You know, if it was just another guy, they wouldn't mind if he did one or two things right, because they would say, okay, maybe this guy anyway has tried. But for me, I have to do things at another level because they know what I'm capable of doing. When you come in the space where we came in, you know, the events of August 15th, were horrible, you know, because even the military, a sacred institution, had been roped into the scheme to sabotage the will of the people of Kenya because of that state capture menace, right? If Chebukati were to tell you the kind of hell he went through, yeah? If the day the story of August 15th will be told in Kenya, yeah? You will know why I am delaying, yeah? Because now I have to balance between, do I sort out the economy? You know, we are almost in the red, you know? Or do I swing this big thing that will drain our energy? I want to promise you that that story will be told one day. This state capture will be done one day. But we'll establish the commission one day. But where we are as a country, I have to balance. You know, if you were to sit where I'm sitting, James, yeah, you would know why I have to go slow on certain things to allow the country to get out of the mess we are in, you know, without overloading it with so many, you know, so many other issues. Our plate is full, you know, so I have to kind of balance, you know, but I want to promise you that that story will be told.